Jewelry advertisers, do you want to generate over 77,000 more revenue and 400 plus purchases and booked appointments? In this video, I'll show you how I did this for my client step by step using Google Ads. As you can see from the date range of February 22nd to August 10th, when we started scaling this account, we generated 50K plus more revenue, 459 appointments and sales, increasing clicks and scaling this account overall. So this is doing really good here. So the way that this account was broken down and some of the problems it had initially were first and foremost was on the PMAX side here. So for Performance Max, they weren't setting this up properly or even running PMAX properly. So we had to create a completely new strategy to find products that would perform the best in generating sales for this client, as well as bookings and appointments to their physical store so that they could sell people on like the high ticket rings that they wanted to sell. So as you can see here, our main Performance Max campaign, we did multiple different testing with over 17 different asset groups that were tested over the lifetime of this campaign so far. And we tested a variety of different types of signals, from remarketing to people in a certain demographic that visited parts of the store, best sellers specifically on the listing groups, or indirect audiences, people looking for near me similar searches because we wanted to hit a local market, we wanted to hit a retargeting market, and then people that would indirectly be interested here. So like even targeting people that want to like do proposals possibly. So we were hitting all the tops, the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel, using in markets and all these types of things, and really trying to push our products overall. And within here, we were testing our best performing assets in videos, since this particular client had a lot of viral content on platforms like TikTok. We want to leverage that and take and hit the same audiences with similar creative that could do really well overall in sales for this client. So you can see here, some of the best performing were retargeting people. This generated a lot of bookings and appointments because people essentially in this funnel, they would hear about the client from TikTok or be searching on Google, but they wouldn't buy immediately. So retargeting would get those people back so they could basically book an appointment, which is what was driving a lot here. And same thing with the bestsellers. So a lot of these retargeting generated a lot of booked appointments. What was generating more direct sales would be more like bestsellers that were just targeting no signal, but just like top of funnel, and then more like in market specific audiences. So these don't scale as much, but they generate more direct sales. So you want to have a mix of appointments that are being booked and also direct sales for how high ticket this particular client was. So that was on the PMAX side here. And another PMAX type that we were testing as well that's doing well. So the local test right now is also getting a very high 10x ROAS, because we're really trying to dial in on our local market, because people will drive like hundreds of miles just to like come inside the shop. So we wanted to double down on this and focus on the local audience and just separate our budget there. Because a lot of times people think with like e-commerce, it's all like if you're targeting United States or multiple different markets, you only go for them. But you can go for local, because people just like that local feel in a particular city, or doing pop-ups, that type of thing. It's very helpful to just dial in on that audience. And we're testing a lot of different asset groups here, five or six initially, and just one is like really crushing it and taking off for this. So that's what you really got to be testing with PMAX and iterating consistently. Okay. And then next, what was really big for this client is also video. So like I mentioned, when you have a winning type of organic creative, whether that's Instagram Reels or TikTok, you want to leverage this on YouTube Shorts and YouTube ads. And the lowest hanging fruit is really just doing remarketing, just re-engaging people, especially if when you're a jewelry brand and you have higher ticket pieces, people aren't going to just make a decision off of the first purchase. They need to be retargeted consistently with new creative, and you want to make sure you look at your metrics and click-through rates, and so that we're not just like bothering people and having too much ad fatigue. And you can see in one of the ad groups, it really took off where it generated majority of the conversions here, where it's going for non-purchasers, retargeting those users, people that visited specific parts of the website. And we really want to dial in the creative so it matches that buyer persona within the ad group targeting. And then on the ad side, you can really just test a few different creative that's more relevant. And a few of these creative are generating a lot of view through conversions and revenue directly. So view through would be like someone watches an ad, goes directly to the site and completes out appointment booking, purchase. something to that effect, that helps the client a lot. So this really helped to supplement both the PMAX and the account overall, and just testing different types of creative, getting that feedback loop, and just being very on top of what people are really responding to, that sort of thing. So you can see testing about 2 different types of creative per ad group. So that really helped the account as well. And cold audiences can do good too, but PMAX is hitting a lot of that cold, so you're not going to really see too many direct sales from cold video campaigns too much. It really just depends on the creative, but we're also testing competitor cold audiences that can generate a lot of conversions and bookings too. You can see like when we go directly for our competitors, this generated about 25 booked appointments that help the client as well. So all these things kind of work together, and you just want to test and just make sure your goals are aligned with what you really want. Okay, next on the search campaigns, we had the main campaign that really assisted were the branded search. So essentially when people hear about this brand on social media, they're going to be looking them up on Google, obviously. So we want to protect that brand name so that we're essentially not getting our traffic stolen from competitors or people get confused with the messaging. So this really helped and generated a lot of sales and conversions overall, just protecting our brand name and helping the entire account overall optimize. So this was very critical in setting up different types of experiments as well on different bidding strategies. As you can see here, these various bidding strategies generated conversions that are cheaper or got us a better return on ad spend or conversion value. So that was very critical in testing here. And then also having retargeting campaigns. So essentially when somebody visits the site but they don't convert, you want to set up targeted audiences to re-engage those people so you can have the complete funnel set up properly so you can see the different audiences we're testing here that are generating conversions. So that's very important to have not just YouTube retargeting, search retargeting as well to help supplement the account. And then also we want to have cold keyword audiences. So this particular client, they had a certain product that did really good and generated a lot of search volume because they had competitive pricing. They were almost like first to market. So we wanted to target those keywords and make sure they had very good click-through rates, like over a 7% click-through rate. That shows that your quality score is going to be really high. You're not going to overpay for cost per clicks, and you're just showing your ads very relevant to different users. So creating ad groups highly targeted to those, they generate good conversion rates and help the PMAX campaign and YouTube supplement the account overall. So when people clicking on those search ads, we can get more conversions overall. So that was very good. Okay. Finally, on the analytics side, this is very critical in getting this account to get more conversions. So we tested different booking softwares, and we found one that worked really well for us that made it easier for the client. So we made sure to integrate that through GA4. So with GA4, you really have to look at your key events and look at the events overall to see if your bookings are coming through. And you have to drill down and see in the reports to essentially see what's a booking, what's a purchase. But ultimately, importing the purchase event in via Google Analytics is what's going to be able to bring in those purchase events as well as booked appointments depending on the booking software you have. So that was very important. Before, they weren't tracking any appointments. They weren't tracking add to carts and these other secondary metrics either, which are very critical to track too. And checkouts, all that stuff. When people send messages, just because it's high ticket, people want multiple different touch points. So you want to make sure you have that. And then also calls from the website, calls from ads, these types of things. People tend to like book appointments with this client or just purchase. So that's what we tend to see more, but you want to make sure you're tracking all these things so that you can have like good leading indicators when you're trying to scale the account and that sort of thing overall. So you can see all these different conversions that we imported, local events for like local actions as well. You want to track that as you're launching local campaigns like I did with PMAX, and overall these different analytics, PMAX setups, YouTube retargeting, search, all leveraging the strengths of your business is going to help you scale your jewelry account so you can get more sales and be more profitable overall. If you would like me to personally help you scale your jewelry brand like I did for this client, book a free one-on-one consultation below.